Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday, January 8th. Yeah, whole 8 days into 2026. And today I'm flying solo. Unfortunately, Rachel is feeling a little under the weather. So say a prayer for her that she gets better soon because she's got a big January ahead of her. Still, lots of things going on. But hopefully, you are all starting the new year healthy. And last time we talked about, look, kind of using this time of January, this first month of January of the new year, to kind of reflect on where we've been, celebrate, kind of, think about, what we're proud of, what changes that we've made that has served our health well and served our bodies well, and what we've let go of. And then looking to the future, what we want more of, what we want less of. So, yeah. So those are some really good questions, I think, to just to consider. There's no right answer, but I think it's really helpful just to come with a curiosity mindset, not judging the past necessarily good or bad or whatever, but seeing what worked well and what didn't work well, in what ways you grew this past year, um, even if it felt a little bit uncomfortable. Um, yeah, so I'm trying to think, for me, just a couple of things. I changed up my scheduling, and I might have said this before. I'm spending more. I've changed up the way I schedule my day, and the way I schedule my week and my weekend. So as far as not, which lends itself really well to not over scheduling. And I didn't recognize or realize how overscheduling my day kind of adds so much anxiety, unneeded, unnecessary stress and anxiety to my life. And then what that stress and anxiety does to my healthy habits, kind of makes them take a back seat, actually. Or how that stress and anxiety affect my ability to know, when I've had enough to eat, that sort of thing. So it really, so really for me, one of the things that I've grown in is being comfortable with, scheduling less people during my day. So giving more time to appointments, and then not overscheduling. And I can hear a really good friend of mine who's no longer with us, Gail. I can see how proud she is of me doing that, because she's always on me about that. But then I think, why didn't I make that decision? This has gone so well, and I'm not perfect at it, but why didn't I do that sooner? What was I afraid of? And yeah, of course, so many things that I recognize. And then also now, if I overschedule my day, it's like I'm very aware of it. And then the uncomfortable feeling that I feel that I don't like when I do. So anyway, that's one of the areas I think I've grown in. And so what's for you? Where have you grown in this last year? So we were talking about those kinds of things. We were also talking about maybe creating a word for the year. I know Rachel sometimes works with her clients and has a word picture or a phrase that kind of informs maybe decision making, and yeah, and that sort of thing for the whole year. And I've been thinking through this, and maybe we'll talk about this more next time. But the word that I have is play, PLAY, play. And that sounds a little bit irresponsible to my very self-disciplined Enneagram number one, type one. So maybe that's why I need more of it. But yeah, so the play, not just in the sense of, I want to play tennis more. I want to play the piano more. I want to play with words more and like write more, but more in the sense of laughter, finding joy, awe, finding just in the simple things, and then staying young at heart as I'm growing chronologically older. So so I'm kind of digging into that a little bit more. But and then I want to play in the kitchen, experiment, new recipes. So we have a big goal here at Oregon Weight and Wellness to create a dedicated teaching kitchen. And in my time frame, that'll be finished this year. But I have to let go of certain deadlines that are in my mind that are out of my control. But anyway, so how fun would it be to play more in the kitchen, in the teaching kitchen? We have done some groups, Nourish Bowl groups, and then we did our winter Soup is Winter Salad group. So Rachel and I are planning a few more kitchen cooking sessions, and I'm looking forward to figuring, to our dedicated space where we can bring in a group of people and just play in the kitchen and kind of shift the mindset of preparing food as a chore, something you have to do, obliged, to something that adds benefit, value, fun, joy to your life. So so I'm gonna dig in a little bit more about that. But and the first thing that I did so far this year is experiment with a yummy new dessert. For myself. And I'm always trying to do a little bit of a dessert upgrade, so as a reminder, we can have treats. We're not going to live this austere life without treats, but we want to, know what the treat does for us, be in control of it. So I have some ideas around treating yourself. Some people call it cheats, and I'm like, let's not use that language because it has a negative connotation. It's a judgment connotation. You're not a cheater. It doesn't feel good to cheat. So it's not a cheat, it's a treat. And I think this is very important as we just have a healthier mindset about food and a better relationship with food, that we can have treats, and that's okay. So the way I think about treats is that I'm going to plan it. I'm going to put it in its proper place. So if I plan it for after my meal, it doesn't have to be at the end of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Once upon a time, I was eating sugar for breakfast, sugar for lunch, sugar for dinner. That's gone. I took sugar out of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I put it in the dessert. And then I chose how often my body tolerates desserts. So, but anyway, so putting that dessert in its proper place. So I'm planning it. It's not going to come up on me, surprise. So I'm planning it. I'm planning it for after the meal, after I've nourished my body with healthy, nutrient-dense food, including protein, high-quality protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. By the way, did you see the new food pyramid? Anyway, maybe that's going to be a whole topic of discussion for another time. Anyway, so I plan it. And if I can, I want to prepare it. So I want to know exactly what's going in it. And I can, tweak the recipe and upgrade. I could, do a dessert upgrade if I want. And then, so I plan it, I prepare it. I have made it petite already. It's kind of naturally going to be small, petite, because I'm already full from all that nourishing food that I ate for the building blocks of my body. And then I don't feel deprived. So because I've had this special treat. So plan, prepare, make it petite. And there was another P that I'm forgetting. Maybe it'll come back to me. If you remember it, tell me. But anyway, my latest, greatest is a drink, and I'm combining the health benefits of 2 fermented foods, which happen to be decaffeinated coffee. I didn't know coffee is fermented. Duh. Coffee is fermented. It has polyphenols in it. A lot of good things about coffee, and decaffeinated because it's later in the day that I'm going to have this treat. Happens to be after my lunch. And then I put in 100% cacao powder, which is also fermented and has polyphenols, those compounds that decrease inflammation. They also are anti-cancer, they're anti-aging, they're immune function boosting. I mean, so all the good stuff. So decaffeinated coffee, I have fermented, and then the cacao, 100% cacao. And then I put a little bit of coconut milk in there, and it has that coconut fat, which has the MCT oil, that medium chain triglyceride, which is really good for me. And then the last thing, just for a little bit of sweetness, not too much, I put a teaspoon of blackstrap molasses. And I'm not pretending that molasses is not sugar. It's sugar. However, it's not completely refined. It's not that white sugary powder, that is devoid of every nutrient. So this is sugar, but it has a little bit more mineral content in it. When the sugar industry makes sugar, they take the sugar beets or the sugar cane and they distill it, right? So, and that first byproduct of that distillation, the first pass, is this black dark molasses, and which has some nutrients in it, including including minerals. So if I'm going to have a little sugar, I'm going to have minerals with my sugar, and it's going to be the molasses. And it is so, I can't tell you how good it is. It is so good. So this is, again, decaf coffee, 100% cacao. It's a little bit of coconut cream or milk, and then also, which is unsweetened. And then for the little bit of sweetener, some organic blackstrap molasses. It is so good. You'll want to try it. So anyway, so until next time, continue to think and reflect about 2025, and then what are your hopes and dreams for 2026, and then what's the next step to make those hopes and dreams happen. So we'll be back next week with Rachel, healed and whole. And until next time, stay healthy, my friends. Bye.